You guys are not gonna believe what just happened. Whew. So apparently there was a protest at the convocation. There's a Chinese guy who called a Malay guy a racist. I mean, who knew? Racial tensions? In a multiracial country? I can't believe I'd see the day. What do you mean? He's a national hero. He must have one of them really big Chinese bowding balls. Whew. Just look at his freedom of speech moment. Huh? What? Oh, ya nak, ni memang tanah Malaysia. Bagus anak muda ni. Terima kasih atas peringatan tu. That should have been the end of this issue. In fact, it's not an issue at all. But why is all the fuss? Well, apparently he was asking the Vice-Chancellor to resign for being, well, number one, a political puppet. Of course. Obviously, one is only not a puppet when they're kowtowing to your demands, right? But really, what I'm concerned for is actually number 3, that he's a racist. This guy, Abdul Rahim Hashi, the Vice-Chancellor of University of Malaya. I don't know. What do you think? He doesn't seem racist to me. Wait, maybe if I... Oh yeah! Horok, how racist he is! Horok! Bongok, dia bukan racist sebab rupa dia lah. Dia cakap dia racist sebab benda-benda yang dia cakap kat Kongres Maruah Melayu tu. Bodoh! The action of your student is a consequence of your VC's racist statement. This is an educational body. You should be ashamed to have a VC who's obviously racist. Oh, I see. So, what did he actually say then?
Akhir-akhir ini, hak keistimewaan Melayu, agama Islam, institusi raja mulai dipersoalkan satu persatu. Kankah kuasa politik itu seharusnya milik kita?
Okay, so a little bit of context for those who did not follow the story. Recently, there has been a congress called for the Malay dignity. That's right. Us Malays were lost in the darkness. If dignity was a vagina, we Malays are really having a hard time finding the hole by ourselves that we called the whole gang in to find a sweet, sweet G-spot of tit. What he's basically saying is that our federal constitution is recently being more and more disrespected, and that the social contract from which it was derived should be protected at all costs. Is that racist? Is that hate speech? Well, the AP MP Ram Karpal Singh thinks so. In fact, he thinks that the social contract is a flying spaghetti monster. You see, the freedom to speak your mind, especially controversial statements like this, is a right that is earned when you adopt the responsibility of knowing what the hell it is you're talking about in the first place. If you have the liberty to spew nonsense like that, then I have the right to call you an ignorant fool. Listen to this excerpt from the king. No thanks, I'm good. We embarked on a journey as a constitutional democracy with the full realization that we were multiracial people with different languages, cultures and religion. Our inherent differences had to be accommodated into a constitutional framework that recognized the traditional features of Malay society, with the Sultanate system at the apex as a distinct feature of the Malaysian constitution. Thus, there was produced in August 1957 a unique document without any parallel anywhere. Okay, I see.
It adopted the essential features of the Westminster model and built it into the traditional features of Malay society. This constitution reflected a social contract between the multi-racial peoples of our country. Thus, matters of citizenship for the non-Malays, the Malay language, and special privilege for the Malays and the indigenous peoples of Malaysia were safeguarded and given the added protection of requiring the consent of the Conference of Rulers before change could be effected to them. It is fundamental in this regard that the federal constitution is the supreme law of the land and constitutes the gun law to which all the other laws are subject.
Now, the term social construct was popularized in the 1980s by the late Abdullah Ahmad, the MP for Kok Lannas. Even though the term is void of any legal status, it did lead to the formation of the federal constitution when discussing about things like citizenship, race, language, religion, and the position of the Malay rulers. Why? Well, the constitution was amended in 1971 to reduce unhealthy debates about these subjects before the May 13 riots in 1969. So yes, there wouldn't even be a Malaysia if the citizens were not committed to the federal constitution. But does that mean it's all about Malay rights? Of course not! And sadly, there are people who just cite Malay privileges and leave out the legitimate interests of other communities. While we can't question the constitutional monarchy, it doesn't mean that the king is above the law. Of course it is debatable when a bumi can afford to buy $2 million homes, whether they can also get a special bumi discount for it. But when some Malays get together and try to heal the bond within their community and find some integrity, and you call them racist, then you better take up the responsibility of better articulating your speech to back up and justify your claim. A simple Google of what social contract means would have sufficed. What bothers me most is this. Even if the social contract did not exist, much like Pakatan Harapan's ability to govern, then human beings are no different than animals. The Muslims, or the people of faith, have a different kind of social contract. We have it with a sovereign entity that we like to call God, and we derive our morals from him. Atheists or liberals think that they are born civil, but they too need a social construct with an authoritative body, for example, the government. And together we have a consolidated social contract that we call the Constitution. And we better damn respect it, or else we will all be in darkness. And we all wouldn't be able to find that sweet, sweet G-spot of racism in a multiracial country is not uncommon. But why does it seem like racism is more rampant in 2019? I'll tell you why. Social media. Now if I were to show you this...
You make us learn Bahasa Malaysia, we happily did. You made us sit still during bacaan doa, we did. You play the azan out loud, and we listened. You slaughter cows, and we watched. You get millions more in financial aid, and we accepted. You get priority in every damn thing.
You feel it, don't you? That burning sensation. That emotional takeover. That itch that cannot be scratched until you completely humiliate and cancel him out of his existence. Not knowing that a major part of that drive to retort is really a need for acknowledgement and retweets and love from strangers you don't care about. Want my advice? Switch up your social media. Go down to the library, grab a book, or just binge watch South Park for all I care. Teach yourself some integrity. Weed. Smoke some integrity. Stop hate bashing each other. Because in the end, we're all racist fucks.
Bila Larut Malam.
Weed.